IELTS speaking. Topic: Community Services. Questions 1. What types of people tend to contribute more to society? Answer: If I'm not mistaken, those who have a strong sense of social responsibility are typically the ones making significant contribution. They are driven by empathy and a desire to create a better environment for others. Additionally, individuals with leadership qualities or a community-driven mindset often take the initiative to participate in social causes. Nevertheless, it's not limited to their financial position. It's their proactive nature that really stand out. Questions 2. Why do some people not contribute to society? Answer: It seems to me that the primary reason some people may hold back is due to a lack of time or awareness. In many cases, they might feel overwhelmed by personal or work-related responsibilities and leaving little room for social involvement. Furthermore, some individuals may believe their effort won't make a difference, which unfortunately discourages them from engaging in community activities. However, I believe this perception can be changed with a better awareness. Questions 3. How can government encourage more people to contribute to society? Answer: From what I have observed, government could play a vital role by offering more incentive or public recognition. For example, implementing tax benefit for those who donate or volunteer would provide tangible motivation, right? Additionally, running campaigns that emphasize the importance of community service could raise awareness and inspire more involvement. And nevertheless, it's crucial that the government leads by example to show the long-term impact of societal contribution. Questions 4. Do you think young people contribute less to society than older people? Answer: In my view, it's not about age, but rather the opportunity available. Younger generation may contribute differently, such as through social media activities or environmental movement. Older individuals, on the other hand, it might focus role on traditional charity work or local initiative, and however both age groups bring unique perspective and effort to the table, making it a balanced contribution overall. Questions 5. Should schools teach students to contribute to society? Answer: If I'm not wrong, this should indeed be a priority in schools. By introducing community service, project, or volunteer program, students can learn the value of giving back from an early age. Such activities foster empathy and a sense of responsibility, which are essential traits for personal growth of the student. Moreover, schools could collaborate with the local organization to provide students with hands-on experiences, encouraging a lifelong commitment to societal well-being. Topic: Mountain. Questions 1. Do you enjoy visiting the mountains? Answers: Absolutely. I find it incredibly refreshing, and the best trip I ever took was to the Himalayas a few years ago, and being up there just clears your mind. It's like all your stress melts away with a cool breeze, and I try to plan a trip at least once every couple of years. Questions 2. Have you ever been hiking in the mountains? Answer: Fortunately, yes. I remember hiking up Trian in Dharamsala. It was exhausting, but reaching the top made it all worth it. I'm hoping to climb higher peaks someday, like Mount Kilimanjaro or something adventurous, and the sense of achievement is just unbeatable. Questions 3. Are there many mountains where you live? Answer: Not really. I live in a pretty flat area, but I'm lucky enough that the hills are just a few hours away. Whenever I get the chance, I try to drive out for a quick weekend escape, and the change in scenery really helps refresh the mind. Questions 4. Do you know anyone who is scared of climbing mountains? Answer. My younger brother's totally terrified of heights, and he cannot even look down from a hill and let alone go up one. And we once went on a family trip and he refused to even get out of the car when we reached the hilltop, and he was more of the beach guy. Questions 5. What do you do when you climb mountains? Answer. I always carry snack and water to fuel up on the way, but I mostly stop to take pictures and soak in the view, and I love finding a quiet spot to just sit and enjoy the silence up there. It's like hitting the reset button on life. Topic: free items or goods. Questions 1. Why do companies give free gifts to customers? Answer. If I'm not mistaken, business often offer free items to entice customers or encourage loyalty. And these little perks make customers feel like they are getting more for their money. However, it's also a clever marketing tactic. People often appreciate the extra value, which can lead to repeat purchases or a positive word of mouth, and ultimately boosting a company's image and sales. Questions 2. Do free items influence people's shopping habits? Answer. Undoubtedly, complimentary gifts play a big role in shaping consumer behavior. When shoppers notice that they are getting something extra, they may be inclined to buy something they wouldn't have otherwise, and moreover, it creates a sense of urgency or exclusivity, pushing them to act quickly, and this can make people feel that they are making the most of a good deal. Questions 3. Do you think giving free things is beneficial for a company's? Answer. One of the biggest advantages for companies is the goodwill they generate, and when businesses offer free items, they create a positive connection with the buyer, and nevertheless, it's a calculated move because these gestures often lead to a brand loyalty and increased sales and a strong reputation. Questions 4. What are some common free items that people receive? Answer. If I'm not mistaken, people typically receive free things like a tote bag, pants, keychains during promotional event. And however, it depends on the kind of industry. High-end brands might offer small samples, whereas tech companies give accessories with their gadgets, and these giveaways serve as a gentle reminder of the brand whenever the item is used. Questions 5. Do you think free gifts encourage customer loyalty? Answer. I believe they certainly do. Customers feel more valued when they receive complimentary items, and this can lead to a long-term connection with the brand, and moreover, these gestures reinforce the idea that a company cares about its customers' experience beyond just for marketing sale. Topic: family. Questions 1. How often do you spend time with the family? Answer. Quite regularly, and we catch up almost every night over dinner, and weekends are dedicated to hanging out together. Whether it's enjoying a movie or going out for a meal, it's something we all look forward to. It's a great way to recharge and connect after a busy week. Questions 2. Who are your closest to in your family? Answer. I would have to say my elder brother Sam and I share a strong bond. We can talk about anything and everything, and no judgment involved. It's like having a personal confidant, and we have always been each other's go-to for advice and support, and that connection has only grown over the years. Questions 3. Do you prefer spending time with your family or friends? Answer. It's honestly a tough question and tough choices. Time with buddies brings excitement and energy, while being with my loved ones offers comfort and warmth, and both groups bring something unique to my life. So I like to balance my time with them, but in a way, both are like my inner circle. Questions 4. How has your family influenced you? Answer. They have had a huge impact on who I am today. Growing up, and I learned about resilience, kindness, and how to stay grounded no matter the situation. Their values are something I carry with me every day, and I often catch myself thinking, what would they do when making tough decisions? Questions 5. How does your family celebrate special occasions? Answer. We go bigger for them. Birthdays, festivals are filled with amazing food, laughter, and sometimes a bit of chaos. It's always a lively atmosphere. And we end up sharing old memories while creating new ones. Even the small moments feel like a celebration when we are all together. Topic exams. Questions 1. Do you like taking exams? Of course not. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of them. They can be pretty stressful, but I get that they are necessary to see how much I've learned. And the feeling of relief after finishing one is the best part, though. Questions 2. How do you prepare for exams? Answer. I usually start by reviewing my notes and making sure I understand the key points. I also make a resume and then find that doing practice questions help me load, and sometimes I like studying with a friend. It makes the whole process a bit less boring. Questions 3. Do you think exams are a good way to measure knowledge? Answer. To be honest, they are okay for testing memory, but I don't think they really show how much someone knows. Some people just get too nervous during exams, even if they have studied hard, and I think more hands-on stuff would probably be a better way to check what someone really understands. Questions 4. Have you ever been stressed before an exam? Answer. Absolutely. There have been times when I felt super anxious the night before and thinking I had not prepared enough, but I usually try to calm myself down by reviewing lightly and getting a good night's sleep to reduce my anxiety, of course. Enough sleep is really help. Questions 5. What do you do after finishing an exam? Answer. The first thing I do is take a deep breath and relax. Yeah, it's already done. Forget it. If it went well, I like to celebrate a little with my friends or grab something to eat, and if it didn't go so great, I just try to let it go and move on to the next one. What else I can do, really? Topic decorating home. Questions 1. Do you enjoy decorating your home? Answer. Absolutely. I love adding little touches around the house, whether it's new cushions, plants, or artwork. It's a fun way to make a special feel cozy and personal. Plus, it's nice to see how small changes can give a whole new vibe to the room. Questions 2. How often do you change things around your home? Answer. Every few months. I like to switch things up, rearranging. Yeah, change the vibe, of course. Furniture or putting up new photo really refreshes the atmosphere and makes it feel like a new space. I think it's a great way to keep things interesting and prevent boredom. Questions 3. What kind of style do you prefer for your home? Answer. I lean towards a simple modern style with the warm tones. A mix of neutral color with some greenery keeps things looking fresh without being too overwhelming, and I've always found minimalist designs to be calming and timeless and easy to maintain, of course. Question 4. Do you think it's important to have a nicely decorated home? Answer. Definitely. A well-decorated place can really uplift my mood and make my living space more comfortable. It doesn't need to be extravagant, but small details makes a big difference. After all, it's where we spend most of our time, so it should reflect our personality, right? Question 5. If you could change one thing about your home's decor, what would it be? Answer. I would love to add a cozy reading corner with a nice armchair and a small bookshelf. It would be the perfect spot to unwind and enjoy some quiet time. It's always been a dream of mine to have a dedicated space just for relaxing after have a good work and read a good book, of course. Topic indoor games. Questions 1. Do you like playing indoor games? Answer. Of course. They are a fantastic way to have fun when the weather is hot or rainy. I enjoy games like a card or chess because they're not only entertaining but also make me think, and plus it's a nice way to spend time with the close ones when we are indoors. Questions 2. What indoors game did you play as a child? Answer. Back when I was a kid, I used to love playing Ludo and Monopoly. These games were always a favorite whenever we had a family time at home. We would spend hours trying to outsmart each other, and I remember feeling so proud when I won a round. Questions 3. Are there any indoors game you prefer now? Answer. These days, I'm really into chess and puzzles. They are great for relaxing and keeping my brain active. Sometimes I still enjoy playing cards with a friend when we hang out. It's always a laugh, especially when things get competitive. Questions 4. Do you think indoor games are less enjoyable than outdoor ones? Answer. Not at all. They both have their own charm. Indoor games can be just as exciting, especially when you are looking to chill out and avoid bad weather. It's more about the vibe and the company I'm with that makes it fun, no matter where I'm playing. Questions 5. What is the most popular indoor game in your country? Answer. Ludo is a huge hit here. Everyone seems to play it, from kids to adults. It's a simple game, but it can be really intense and it's perfect for passing time when you are with friends or family, and I've seen people to get super competitive of it. Topic sitting down. Questions 1. Do you like sitting down for a long periods? Answer. Not really. Staying in one spot for too long just makes me restless. I prefer moving around every now and then, and after a while it just gets uncomfortable, and I feel like I need to stretch my legs. Questions 2. Where is your favorite place to sit? Answer. I love curling up by the window at home. It's cozy, and I get a nice view of the outside world. It's the perfect spot to chill out with a cup of coffee, especially when I need to unwind. Questions 3. Do you prefer sitting indoors or outdoors? Answer. Being outside is always my first choice, especially when the weather is nice and fresh air and sunshine just feel great. Inside is okay on rainy days, but if I can, I would much rather be out enjoying the breeze. Questions 4. Do you think sitting too much is bad for your health? Answer. For sure. Staying still for ages is not good. It makes my back ache and I get stiff, and taking breaks to move around definitely helps. I try to remember to stand up often and stretch things out. Question 5. How do you feel after sitting down for hours? I feel pretty stiff and sore, especially in my lower back. It's not a good feeling at all, and it leaves me feeling tired. I always need to walk around after sitting for too long to shake off that sluggishness. Topic running. Questions 1. Do you enjoy running? Answer. Absolutely, it's a great way to clear my head. I feel energized afterward, and it's a nice break for sitting around all day. Plus, it's a free exercise. It's almost like a personal therapy session with a bit of sweat involved. Questions 2. How often do you go for a run? Answer. I try to do it a few times a week, usually in the morning when the weather is cool. It helps me start the day on a positive note and keeps me feeling active. It's become part of my routine, and I miss it if I skip a day. Question 3. Do you prefer running alone or with someone? Answer. I enjoy it solo most of the time. It gives me space to think and listen to music or podcasts, but occasionally running with a friend can be a good way to push each other. It's also nice to chit-chat while running together and share that post-run high with someone to cheer it up together. Question 4. Have you ever participated in marathon? Answer. Not yet, but it's on my bucket list. I've done a few 5K runs, and the feeling at the finish line is amazing. I would love to challenge myself with a marathon one day. I think the sense of accomplishment would be incredible. Question 5. What do you think about when you are running? Answer. I tend to let my mind wander. Sometimes I think about my day or what to do next, or other times I just focus on what's going on around me. It's like a moving meditation. Every now and then I get my best ideas when I am out there, just me and the road.